organized by the area MP for Baiv West constituency, Honorable Lematia John, in conjunction with Onduparaka Football Club, where he has brought down to West Nile a few ministers and his colleague MPs, and this whole thing will take place tomorrow, and whatever it is that will go down tomorrow is something that we shall be discussing here. And also UPL games have been going on in between. Some of the fixtures and results is something that I will also be giving you. And then a big league, a few days to big league. Yes, we have been discussing this, and a couple of some of the fixtures is something that I will be giving you. English Premier League also returns. It is a weekend. Which of your team will be facing the other is something that I will also definitely be giving you here. And then also the CAF draw qualification roadmap for CHAN 2024 is basically out, and that and more of the stories. All you have to do is keep it glued to West Nile TV. Don't you go away. And starting with the local stories, just like I had said, the MPs, most of the MPs are in Arua City. I can confirm to you that, and how they came here is in that they are doing a regional tour, regional visits to their colleague MPs, where of course they get to rally behind one member of parliament over constituency within a region, and they come down and have activities, fundraising drives and all that. The rest of the people who have actually been doing this, others have been doing fundraising drive to build schools, others have been doing fundraising drives to support hospitals, malnourished children and all that. But at this time around, the Ive West member of parliament decided that since he has one club in his constituency that is struggling to push through to, there is the biggest style of football in Uganda, there is Star Times Uganda Premier League. He decided that his regional tour together with his colleague MPs that would visit would be as a drive to, of course, acquire a coaster for the club that is in his constituency, Ive West. So to this course, the date was fixed for tomorrow. There is a 28th, where of course a couple of activities, and these activities started yesterday, I should say, where we did see a couple of staff over the Uganda Parliament arriving and touching foot in there is Arua City, and then of course the last people or the last visitors arrived an hour ago, and I can reliably inform you that they are already in town, and the activities will kickstart this evening, where of course we shall be seeing a couple of games going down. Today we shall be having an opener one game where we shall be seeing the member of parliament taking on, there is the Buganda community of West Nile, and then tomorrow will be the D-Day, where of course there will be a couple of activities that definitely will be going down in there. First of all, in the morning, we shall be seeing the member of parliament arriving at Greenlight Stadium. All these activities will be going down at Greenlight Stadium. Gate will open at 8 a.m. All you have to do is carry yourself, go down there. In Dubaratu, they say, me your face drusida on Dubaraka, Greenlight, and mega MPs amavu, already achichidi, as in divini Uganda Makalati aziriadi. Yarudi adi tatebo imu imagi vosi the Honorable Lematia Johnny, member of parliament Ive West constituency villa edini mega ibi otuta deriba nazukini ima ichiti tualo Onduparaka Football Club maza kozo. Onduparaka Football Club ni divine yelende kostadze a players yolezo big league kayedrozi dobo injira big league ndere ama nyiborle a teams indundundu irei Uganda Makalati driadi malia. So Costa di madrive di bedo di mayoradze staff parliamentary di mazitadze MPs room ministers azidi piatate ndesa zirisidia itakini yoni ndiro edo woro anrudo Onduparaka Greenlight Stadium ada Onduparaka Football Club ni rezo impra vezuri ada anrusisa muduni alusi megabate tsapi ndesa zisirikadi ya vale bosa muduni alusi mpira zini dio yeteti Onduparaka da amadio MPs in Buganda community aruedi adi aviri, and then drusi yoni mambu ndendri drusi takin drusi gate Onduparaka dar bangerizise robitsi Then sanasi amadinga ne MPs ni tare green light ya ndenda mafuti sindekinde mpira ningedo mpira ingovu dusu green light ya dogo go sudipe dedinga podi bafeni sa MPs alaloni yesiere nzezo azini di izebelozo ondubraka nde football club mazakozo diniku itekini dusi mpira ido biti MPs ngovu mpira zibeti yavi artist beba mavude ongo ngova debe mpira da mavuti si kada debo mpira zi MPs hivi ngavi media fraternity beba media de dibelani ba mala azinga pya oleade emino duko tifepe anvelale de edini MPs kada hivi ngaba de yavibo vuti nisi MPs hivi no tutazibe local leaders amavule de councilors ki ngoni de avizo then udunde drusirima mpira mati ambunde nribadinge ropi mpira zichi MPs pidinge yavi ondupraka mafanzi betekini ondupraka vule management dadi chairman pi ngoni idinge iti ondupraka mafanzi be fans rumani odi dipa ondupraka ni isupport ipidibe bali dinge iti tualo idi MPs yavi dadi ogogo sa mudridia mpira kadi debo echekini omuni dido omudi malia baidi yonjeza nje bala yesi sleni muzu pereru renze ngoni dini aya ikadite parichi minute da malia sangati already di ikaru siremito atido itualado sira etakine rezo mutadrusidi demitaru bodo memimu dini MPs ipie ngoni androlu yozo haya dia fandra vote manner mini ngoni dini etakine ya yodi ni woro mudrusandi yonde vini mungu kalera amangerba amavule TV adwa live right ekini ka are iketwemu green light stadium ako mitonga yode follow me vule TV asira pariti mina amanezo na malia daira itakini yo azi divini dribe wara de ndunduti ondupraka football club ni amani bi nebole ibi players isaini mingi players ndede mazia maybe unveil show de malia ndundundundini unveiling deninga eko etakini androsi maybe vinine ondupraka football club ni vini unveiling as area dialo with a guy that is called Ibrahim Faizo wanini commonly called as a Terminator Terminator aibi mpira vyandra ondupraka ra mpira rahili ara mpira badabada mingi agadi avini mpira ndeko sezo ibidite Arua Airfield ma coach nedene mega maybe vini Royal Field then yera na lengoni ara maybe nera he has been the coach, I should say the head coach for there is Arua Airfield, and we literally have seen the tremendous achievements that Arua Airfield has done after of course Arua Hill did Arua Hill did feature only in one season for there is a UPL last season, a season 2023-2024 we did see a couple of other players going inactive. Ibrahim Faizo Wanini was one of them, and for him he now instead became I don't know if he was a coach player or he is a coach player. He decided to become the head coach of there is Arua Airfield, and we literally know, for those of us that are within Arua, we know how Arua Airfield has basically been performing. They were a club that of course did feature in last year's this season is 4th League Division games, and then they of course were the overall winners, and we did see them going to representing in the zonals, and they did qualify to play regional. So all this has been coupled to the energy and efforts applied by Ibrahim Faizo that today Onduparaka Football Club has unveiled. Faizo is not the only footballer that Onduparaka Football Club has unveiled. Remember, there are other unveilings that Onduparaka Football Club has been doing the whole of this week. There are a couple of new names, new signings that have come to Onduparaka Football Club. Faizo Ibrahim, of course, joins the likes of Chigundu Joel, and then Ayela Joel also, and then there are some former players that of course did extend their stay, the likes of Gaspar, the likes of De Bryan, the likes of Bida Ezra. These are all people that of course we did see them extend in their stay at of course Onduparaka Football Club. There are a couple of players that Onduparaka Football Club, just like I had said, did sign in there. And we did see them getting, of course, players from, there is, they got a trio from Young Elephants and all that. They got a player from former Lindeje University Football Club. They got a player from Bull Football Club and all that. So what should this tell you? This possibly should tell you that Ondupaka Football Club is one club that is fully prepared to see that qualify to that is they qualify to there is the UPL, and they have been doing a couple of they've been having a couple of friendlies behind closed doors. The one recently that I watched was where they did play against Green Forest, a fifth league, lower league division club that actually is situated in Idiofe. For those of us that are natives of Arua, I watched that game and we did see first half ending on a 1-1 draw, but then second half is where Ondupaka Football Club gave energy drink in form of goals to these people, and the full time ended on a 9-1 in favor of Ondupaka Football Club. That should clearly tell you the level of preparation that Ondupaka Football Club is into, coupled with the fundraising drive that will be there tomorrow. So to all of you that are out there, I would like to say Ondupaka Football Club is the biggest club that currently we have in Arua, and they play in big league. So basically they're representing the entire West Nile region. So tomorrow we should be able to come through and of course support them in any other way. A CAF draw a qualification roadmap for of course CHAN 2024 in there, and of course would also, we all know Uganda will definitely be playing in this game. A Confederation of African Football, there is a CAF has released the qualification roadmap to the 2024 CAF Total Energies African Nations Championship CHAN. The championship will be played between 1st to 28th February, that is next year, 2025, in East African countries of Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. The host stadiums and training venues will be confirmed in the due course of the year. The qualifiers will, of course, start with the first round of qualifiers on the weekend of there is 25th to 27th October, a month that we're actually stepping in a few days from now, 2024, and 1st to 13th of November 2024. And then the second round of the qualifiers will be played on 20th to there is 22nd December, and 27th to there is 29th December 2024. The qualification slots for there is the tournament have been allocated as follows: zones. There will be zones WAFU, and then that is a WAFU A, then we shall be having WAFU B, and then COSAFA will each have 3 qualifying teams. The CECAFA zone, which includes the 3 host countries, will receive an additional slot due to their automatic qualification as hosts. These include Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. As a result, the total number of teams qualifying for the final tournament will be increased to there is 19 teams, with of course Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania that will participate in the qualifiers. And in addition to their automatic qualification as hosts, the team achieving the best results in there is the CECAFA qualifiers will also advance to there is the final tournament in there. Now, a question that I want to pose to you, that you can of course give us the feedback on our social media handles, is that do you think, as being the host countries, the 3 countries that have gotten an automatic qualification into the CHAN, how far do you think that these teams will go? Specifically, our own team, there is a team Uganda. How far do you think we shall go in these games? Because CHAN is basically normally very tough, yeah, where we get a lot of countries involving in these games and a lot of countries playing in these games. But we've seen Team Uganda having experience, and they've always gone in there to win their CHAN fixtures in there. And then also in another story, FUFA Women's Super League, Kampala Queens, our Chiso Hill face-off in season opener in there. And of course, the women, Afufa Women Super League has of course been boosted by one of the banks as a sponsorship. And these games will be starting today, Friday 27th September 2024, where we shall be seeing in a game opener Kampala Queens, of course, that will be taking on Wachiso Hill Women Football Club at MTN Omondi Stadium a few minutes from now, because the kickoff time is 3 p.m. The 2024-2025, of course, FUFA Women Super League season will officially commence today, with Kampala Queens hosting Wachiso Hill at MTN Omondi Stadium, just like I had said. The new season comes with changes, including change of name due to the arrival of course, the bank that has come in as the first sponsor of the Women's Super League in Uganda. The bank will inject in a huge amount of money into women football for the next 5 years, covering both the first and second divisions. The other change in the new season is the increase in number of teams from 10 to 12. Remember, initially the Women's Super League has been having 10 teams, which has stayed at 10 for a couple of years or a couple of seasons. But this time around, we did receive two. The Women's Super League or the Women's FUFA Super League did receive two new entrants in there. And the Kampala Queens, who are the title favorites, will hope to, of course, begin the quest for the league crown on a high against the visiting Wachiso Hill Women's Football Club under the stewardship of coach Charles Ayeko. Kampala Queens has made several signings to, of course, boost their squad. Zaitun Namaganda and Maureen Chimono have been signed from Wachiso Hills, while Kamiyati Naigaga, Samsa Najuma and Sumaya Nalumu are some of the new additions to the team. Wachiso Hill Women's Football Club, on the other hand, look depleted and will hugely rely on the ability of their coach Rogers Ngugwa, who has been around women's football for quite some time now. On match day one, action will continue on Saturday. That is tomorrow, where of course we shall be seeing Lady Doves hosting FC Tororo Queens, newly promoted, and then newly promoted Olila High School and Moose College will face off in the Teso Derby, while She Cooperator will take on Uganda Matters High School, all in the draws tomorrow, because of course after the opener of today, where we shall be seeing Kampala Queens are hosting Wachiso Hills in there. And then on Sunday, Makara University will host Shim Maroons, while defending champions Kawempe Muslims will face Rains Senior Secondary School Football Club in there is a Women's Super League. Those are some of our fixtures, and of course Wiso Time Desk shall be collecting all the results, all the actions that are fully packed in the weekend games and the weekend fixtures that of course I have given you. And the results definitely will also land here on Monday, when we shall be returning to there is our consequent show in here, which definitely is quite a very good one. And then as we rush to there is the half hour of the show, we shall be looking at one story that is in rugby. Mbarara will make or break 2024 Nile Sevens series title charge. Mbarara will make or break the 2024 Nile Special 7 series. For those with title winning ambitions, the current leaders will either leave the land of milk and honey with one hand on the trophy, or their challengers will definitely, of course, come through and beat them in these games. This, of course, this round will be played from tomorrow. That will be September 28th, this weekend at Ntare School Rugby Pitch in Kacheka. It couldn't have been set up any juicier than it is in the pools, and the pools look very interesting. The men's leaders, there is the Heathens, is in Pool A, while their closest rivals and the biggest rivals, there is the Pirates, is in Pool D. And of course, the two could meet in the quarterfinals. That is, if they will be able to come clean from there is the group stages over the games that will be played in a round robin that definitely will be starting tomorrow at Kacheka in there. The men's pool for there is a 2024 Mbarara Sevens invitational team. Pool A, just like I had said, has Heathens, Elgon, Wolves, Mongers, and Mustangs. Those are some of the names definitely that have featured in Pool A. And then Pool B has Walukuba, Cobs, Warriors, Budu Bears. And then Pool C, of course, has Hippos, Rhinos, Impis, Mbarara, Titans. And then Pool D shall be featuring teams like Buffaloes, Pirates, Rams, and Chigezi Silverbacks. Those are some of the pools that, of course, will be featuring some of the male teams that will be taking part in the Mbarara Sevens rugby tournament that definitely is going down tomorrow. And then in the women's pool for 2024 Mbarara Sevens Invitational, Pool A has, of course, Avengers, Black Pearls, Kidgum Queens, Chigezi Queens. And then Pool B has Thunderbirds, She-Wolves, Nile Rapids, and Budu Chupas in there. Those are some of course, the women rugby teams that definitely we shall be seeing featuring in the sevens in Mbarara. The women's leader Avengers and their only title rival Black Pearls are for the first time in this series in the same pool, while their first meeting of the tournament will not be in the knockout round. Both teams will be keen to assert their authority at there is a Kacheka Ali, and also to protect their points and of course their title that they have been having in there for quite some time now, a couple of seasons and a couple of tournaments. To make it even spicier, the gaps between teams in lower in the overall standings are even smaller if you look at the overall table standings for all these teams. So every match in both men's and women's competitions from start to finish will be very, very crucial, because every other team will be looking into bridging in the gap that they have with the team that could be ahead of them or that could be slightly beneath them. If you check at the whole table standings of all this, you will definitely get to see that the differences, all the gaps between the teams that are up there and those that are beneath here, of course, are very, very slim. So basically, in all this, every other chances that will be going down from tomorrow counts, because every point you collect will either help you catch up with the team that is ahead of you, or any point that you drop will pull you down and allow, of course, the team that is chasing you or the team that basically is slightly below you to catch up with you. So basically, this is going to be a very competitive tournament. It's going to be very challenging, where we shall be seeing every other team putting in all their energies. And then another story coming through is Mubiru Senyondo stock fires ahead KCCA Chitara Lugogo clash. Today, just like I had said, a couple of UPL games will be returning at MTN Omondi Stadium, Lugogo, at 7 p.m. KCCA coach Abdallah Mubiru and his Chitara counterpart Brian Senyondo have stoked flames ahead of the clash today. The two sides meeting in the Premier League today at MTN Omondi Stadium at Lugogo. In the aftermath of the 1-1 draw with a Bull, Mubiru reacted to a question about facing Chitara and of course described them as a team on form currently, that any other team of course will be a little bit frightened to of course take on them, but not as big as hyped by the media. Something we did see Mubiru repeatedly saying in his pre-match interview that was yesterday morning. In his statements he said, "I insist, in my statement was very clear, but only those not conversant with Ugandan football maybe failed to understand it," he told Whistle Time Desk. They are a good team, playing well and of course winning matches at the moment, but they are not a big team yet, he added. Will they get big? I don't know. That is definitely going to be the most biggest clash today when UPL returns in some of the fixtures. We have seen, of course, a couple of games that did go down over the week, and we did get a lot of shocking results coming through. So basically, still in the interview where Weso Time Desk did have the two coaches, they have said in a lot of words, and in the key stats over the two teams that of course will be playing today, there is Chitara that definitely will be playing KCCA. They have both 4 Premier League meetings with either managing 2 wins each. Overall, there have been 6 meetings with Chitara edging with 3 wins, and KCCA's last and only home defeat in the Premier League under Abdallah Mubiru was against Chitara. Dennis Omedi has scored in each of the last 4 matches against KCCA. Shall we see Dennis Omedi also scoring again today against KCCA, adding in, of course, the number of goals that he gets to score? That is against KCCA. Match day 3 returns, of course, today, Friday, September 27th at 2024, where we shall be seeing Chitara taking on a KCCA, and then our Chiso Giants will be facing off Mbale Heroes at 4 p.m. And then tomorrow, we shall also be seeing games returning into the scoreboard of UPL, where we shall be seeing URA taking on Mbarara City 4 p.m. and then 7 p.m. under Floodlights. We shall be seeing Express taking on there is Maroons in there. What, of course, are some of your predictions ahead of today's clash, KCCA and Chitara in there? Don't you go away. We are off for a very short commercial break. We shall return shortly. Keep it locked to West Nile TV.